Hey everyone, my name is Scott. We have 3 more movies for you, so let's get to it. For Sama is a 2019 documentary film which I sort of backed my way into watching. PBS put this documentary in its entirety on its TV show Frontline. I was knocking out some episodes and ended up watching it. And I watched it without realizing that it was nominated for Best Documentary Feature at this year's Oscars. This doc shows the Syrian uprising from a strictly female perspective. It surrounds 2 people, a man who is a surgeon at a hospital and his wife who is a journalist who starts rolling camera. And she starts shooting footage to show her unborn child, Sama, what is happening. And the film takes on a dual purpose. If they survive, this is what we went through to get you to safety. And if they didn't survive, this is who your parents were. This is a remarkable motion picture, which is at times hard to watch. With the film surrounding a hospital in the middle of nightly bombing runs, you're going to see a dead body or 2. That may be undercounting the amount of dead bodies in this movie. There's a lot. It's hard to watch. And because she is pregnant at the time and has the child in the course of the film, she naturally gravitates towards children that need help, and that makes the film even harder to watch. But the best documentaries are films that put you in a situation that you cannot possibly live through, and this is the very definition of that. There's some surreal imagery that happens throughout the course of the film. There are children that are playing in a broken water main, and that water main is only broken because of the nightly bombing runs. There are children that play and paint a burned up commuter bus. Children will explain to you what cluster bombs are. It's something they shouldn't even know exists. But this is just the reality of this situation. And these people are just trying to make it out alive. The film contains probably the most breathtaking thing I've ever seen put to film in a documentary. I don't want to ruin the sequence, but it goes from sad to even sadder to heart-wrenching to relieving in the course of 3 minutes. I've never felt so relieved after a sequence in a documentary. But all in all, this is an astounding film, and the good thing is it's available for you for free right now on Frontline's website. I will put the link in the description below. But watch the rest of this video first. Action Point is a 2018 Johnny Knoxville film. He wrote the story. It's a story based on a real place. It's his fictional take on the story of Action Park, which is a theme park in New Jersey that opened in the late 70s and had its heyday in the 80s. It's somewhat notorious for being pretty lax on its safety standards, I'd say. And I don't want to talk about this movie for very long because honestly, there's nothing here. While there are some of the stunts that Johnny Knoxville is known for, the ones that are here aren't all that impressive, although he does get hurt at one point. There's just something about Jackass, the magic of that show, that can't be recreated in a fictional environment. And the rest of this movie is just gross out humor. It's really trying to be something like Porky's, I would say, without the charm. Just none of it works. You've heard the expression, truth is stranger than fiction. Well, that certainly applies here. The story of Action Park is fantastic, and there's a documentary that will be out by the time this video comes out on HBO Max about that park, and I'm sure that documentary is going to be absolutely 100% better than this film is. This movie's a nothing burger. The Shape of Water is an Oscar-winning film directed by Guillermo del Toro. Stars Sally Hawkins as a woman who works in a government facility that does experiments of a questionable nature. Her best friend is played by Octavia Spencer, and they try to go throughout their day not really ruffling anyone's feathers, but they are cleaners in this government facility. And they are working in a room in the facility when a new creature is brought in that is going to have experiments done on it. Those experiments are headed up by a character played by Michael Shannon. And he's evil because it's Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon doesn't exclusively play evil characters, but he's very good at doing so. And this is Del Toro's take on a fairy tale of sorts. It's strange and twisted, and you come to expect that from a Del Toro film. It's shot amazingly well. Del Toro's very good at shooting films. His films always look great, and this movie is no exception. And along those lines, the production design is Academy Award winning. Both the direction and production design of this movie are superb. And Sally Hawkins is amazing in this film. I had never seen her in a film before, but she's immediately watchable and compelling as this character. And the supporting cast is all universally superb. Octavia Spencer is really good. Richard Jenkins is in the film, and he's great. Michael Shannon always makes a compelling bad guy, and I think this is some of Doug Jones's best work for Del Toro. But just like Pan's Labyrinth, this is Del Toro doing his sort of sick, twisted fairy tale, this time set in a realistic world. But it's an entertaining watch. I don't know if it's a film for everybody, but it is an entertaining watch. And that is it for this episode. Have you guys seen any of these movies? Comment below, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching. And make sure to subscribe down below. Oh yeah, the documentary link's down below too.